we've got an affordable 3D scanner here, the RevoPoint Mini, and it is actively scanning with its blue light scanner. Come along and let's take a look if this sub $1,000 3D scanner is worth its weight in gold or absolute and utter trash. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and yeah, we're gonna be talking all about the RevoPoint Mini, which is a blue light scanner. This scanner from RevoPoint is part of a successful Kickstarter, and I did back it on Kickstarter. This is my money. There is no sponsorship from RevoPoint, but we are looking for corporate sponsors. If you are the type of company that would like to sponsor the kind of content that we make here on the channel, hit me up, YouTube at 3dmusketeers.com. Don't forget to leave a like and get subscribed as well. If you do want to support the channel, you don't want to support an entire video, Patreon, great way to do that. Links in the description down below. This thing is, honestly, it caught my massive attention when it went out on Kickstarter. You're looking at a blue light scanner for sub $1,000, which doesn't exist except for, I guess, apparently what's in this box. They are claiming, and I'm reading off the spec sheet here, 20 micron precision. Its single capture is very tiny, 64 by 118. That's about the bed size of an Elegoo Mars. Really, really tiny. But if you're able to get 20 micron precision, who cares? Again, it is blue light. It is 10 frames per second max and can scan at a minimum 10 millimeters square. So that's the minimum feature that it will want to scan. I have ordered the entire package with the stabilizer, which is admittedly not here, as well as the dual axis turntable, which is in this box. Oh yeah, the entire scanner weighs 160 grams. Now, I am not expecting this to replace the EVA, replace the Ray, or replace any of my other high-end 3D scanners, which you guys have yet to see. Get subscribed if that's something that you're looking forward to. But it is an augmentation. It is adding another level of detail that we're able to capture. And a buddy of mine sent over a HOTAS, which is one of those flight joystick things. He wants to do dual control. I don't know what he's using it for, but his name is Frank, so hey, Frank's facts, if you will. We're gonna be scanning this, or at least attempting to here, with the RevoPoint Mini. Let's get this thing open. Out you go. Oh God, we're good. I got it. We've got, don't need that where we're going. We've got the dual axis turntable that will basically drive the entire unit itself. And, oh God, can't do that anymore. I've reorganized stuff behind me. Whoops. And we've got the scanner itself. It is still in the cellophane wrapper. I've had this thing for longer than I care to admit and just haven't gotten around to actually doing the video. So this is my first time using it as well. Let's get this thing out of here. And I would say if you are looking to get one of these, the turntable pretty much is a necessity. With the scanning volume so tiny, you're gonna be limited via handheld. And from what I'm told, handheld's not that great with it anyways. We do have the stabilizer coming in, so whenever that actually shows up, again, I've had this for well over a month. Whenever the stabilizer does show up, we'll be sure to do a follow-up on it. But right now, minimally, this turntable is going to make scanning this a lot easier because not only does it rotate, but it also tilts as well. That enables you to get undersides of objects and make things a little bit easier. I'm guessing this is gonna be our power supply for the turntable. Of course, it's a wall wart. Why wouldn't it be? But we're not really here to see that. We are here to see in this box right here. Let's get this open. In the box, we've got a QC sticker warranty card that no one's going to look at. We've got what I believe is going to be a calibration plate. Got a USB-C to USB-A adapter, a USB-A to USB Micro B. That's a fun one with a locking connector. We've got just regular USB-C, bunch of targets, and what are you? These literally just trash bags? I don't know why these are here. We've also got the actual, wow, this thing's beefy. This is the actual scanner in here. Real tiny little thing. There you have it, the RevoPoint Mini. It's my first time seeing it. It looks really good. I don't like the USB Micro B connector. It is not my favorite connector. I would prefer to have USB-C, but for this price, you can't really complain. They also include, I guess, a test sample to scan with, phone holder, as well as a little mini tripod, which honestly, that's kind of nice. I do like that. It's not necessary, but when you're running the scanner, it will be great. Just be able to hold it in here, tighten that up, go through and actually do the scanning yourself. But is this thing all puppy dogs and rainbows, right? I mean, I think I paid somewhere in the $5-ish to $600-ish range. I'll put it on screen if I can actually find my receipt. But this is currently going with this whole kit, with the stabilizer and all that I still don't have, for $1 under $1,000, so $999. So do we have a user manual? Of course, it is all online, but that's okay. We're grabbing the software. Cable's not bad. Looks like it is completely powered by USB 3. Seriously? It's crazy what we're able to do over USB these days. For full clarity here, the laptop that I am using is a Ryzen 3750H and a GTX 1650 4 gig. So it is not by any standards to be a monster of a computer, but it is the same computer that I use to scan with the Artec Eva, the Ray, and some of the other scanners that we have in the shop, with mixed results on some of them. Now, it does have this locking connector like we would be used to on a VGA cord, but it's good so you don't rip it out of the scanner, and then that way you also don't hurt the scanner itself. Now, I will say these are standard cables that are used in the computer industry. I would look at getting a different one that would adapt it over to USB-C, because just no. All right, let's get our software. Oh, love that. Have to do email activation. The first thing you do have to do is actually update the Mini, because they originally shipped with bad firmware in them that didn't allow the turntable to be used, but now they fixed that. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. I'm guessing the dual axis turntable connects via maybe Bluetooth. Not really sure. I guess there is a way to use a phone too for phone capture, which is honestly a little crazy, but you know, hey, whatever. Oh yeah, there it is. 2-in-1 mobile cable. Gives you power via USB and then data over USB-C. Dude, that's nuts. And they include a USB-C to A in case your computer doesn't have USB. Honestly, they include a lot of good accessories. A+ for that. We will try to scan this guy first. We'll take a look and see how he ends up looking. I got the blue tack here. Those are probably gonna need it, especially with these parts. I've taken a look at those, and that is a little spicy. This is very complicated to scan. It will be one hell of a trial for the RevoPoint. Apparently, you can even scan this thing over Wi-Fi. Good Lord. Okay, that's cool. You can put this in between and your phone goes in here. I will give them credit. UI looks pretty good. And yes, the dual axis turntable does pair via Bluetooth. It's got a pairing button here, and it runs on 12 volts, 2 amps, which means you can get a different power supply for this that suits your needs considerably better. I don't like wall warts. The very short cord. Get a better power supply for this. We'll link to some in the description down below if that's your particular flavor. Okay, firmware update was successful, and we're looking at what the Mini can scan. Maximum of 0.5 meter square. Oh, hey, it's doing stuff. For those that don't know, blue light is just really, really freaking cool. Oh God. Yep. Well, we knew that was happening. Hence the blue tack I was talking about. Dude, it's picking it up already. The turntable's got to enter into Bluetooth pairing mode. And while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna get a bit of blue tack. Boom. Nice and quick. It picked it up really quickly. Love that. All right, we're gonna connect to the turntable. Oh, so cool, dude. So on the computer screen, we're actually able to see what the scanner can see. That is super cool. Okay, so we can change the speed if we want, but we're gonna actually just leave everything right there. So we're in preview mode right now. And so this red means that he's overexposed. So we're gonna dial back our color ever so slightly. Move the scanner back, maybe? You can actually see the scan lines as I wiggle back and forth a little bit. Those are the scan lines that we deal with here. I think that's really gonna work well. We're gonna look at a scan. High accuracy, features, doesn't have color, dual axis turntable. Is it really that easy? Seriously. All right, we can see it on the scanner. We've got everything set up appropriately. I say we just go for it. Let's just send it. Oh, it says good. Let me move into excellent territory. Okay. It says waiting to start. Well, you start whenever you want, boo. Oh, ha. Hey, there's the start button. What's the timer? I don't know. Hit start. Oh, it's a countdown timer. Oh, this is so good. It's just doing it. It's subjectively pretty damn cool. Pretty CPU and GPU intensive, not gonna lie. So by doing the multi-axis that you see here, it's able to get, you know, behind edges and corners and things. And this table can go quite a bit more, but I think this would benefit from a much larger tripod. I don't think this tripod is large enough, especially for the parts that we want to scan. We're gonna try a hand scan next and see how well we can do it. The turntable's nice, but Practically, it is a little difficult. Views with point cloud immediately. Yeah, continue. Let's take a look. Oh, that didn't do a great job. We don't really have to look very hard to tell you that's not properly aligned. It is likely messed up on some features. Okay, we'll complete the scan. Oh, okay, you gotta stop it to do the fusing. All right, let's let it do its thing. Let's take a look and see how much. Oh yeah, 100% of the CPU. That is to be expected, though. This computer is not the greatest, but it gets the job done, and it is normal for it to just hit 100% CPU. Now, for a scan this short, I'm not exactly certain how many points that we took, but it was quite a few. So while we're waiting for that to do its thing, let's see what we got here in the HOTAS box. We've got an entire set of aluminum casings for this HOTAS. We're gonna scan them with the RevoPoint. We're gonna see how well it does. Theoretically, it should do well, but we're gonna find out. This is taking a little bit of time, but it is to be expected. Fusing complete. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Not bad. It does need to be post-processed, obviously. Yeah, okay, let's mesh it. All right, so at least they do kind of walk you through this process. I mean, that looks good, but this model's way higher resolution than the scan. And it's gonna save as a PLY, but I prefer to have an OBJ format. It's easier to edit. Okay, that's really it. That's pretty simple. I do like the software. Look, I'm used to Artec Studio, which spoils you. It is way better software than it has any reason to be. That does not mean to raise the price. It is already expensive enough. I know you guys watch this channel. Don't raise my prices, please. Let's do this part. It is very easy to scan. For something like the EVA, disaster. It's black, it's small. No. Now, I will be curious if I can run this turntable without the scanner attached. Because if I can do that, oh man, that means I have a turntable for my EVA as well, which would be really cool. Boy, there's not a flat surface on this thing, is there? So we're gonna go back. We're going to look at probably our turntable here. I'm gonna add a fourth and a fifth on this. I want more rotation because these parts are going to start to get very complicated. We're going to increase our color because this is a black part. So we are going to have to increase our color by quite a bit to pick it up. We've got a blind hole in there, so be curious to see if the scanner can pick up any of that as well. She does get quite toasty though. And this makes sense that we can only see these edges because, well, that's the way that it's located for the scanner. So it looks like we're okay. We're going to look at scanning. Our scan mode, we are dark. So we need to go ahead and give it all the light that we can. High accuracy, dual axis turntable. Oh, I like that before you go to scan, it brings up your dual axis turntable menu. So you are able to choose what you're looking at. That is actually really nice. Good job, RevoPoint. You would think this would be complicated, but it's not. I am so curious to see how this comes out. It is picking up the rotation. This is good. Ooh, it's mad. Oh, yep, there it goes. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. We're gonna let it keep going because why not? It's not picking up the markers, which is interesting. I would have thought that it would pick up the markers here. Okay, we already lost our tracking. So we're gonna go ahead and kill this one. We're gonna complete. Honestly, don't even need the fusing. So what happened here is that it attempted to do this original scan first, although I think we could have started on an axis and that might have been better for us. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. We're just gonna delete that scan data. Yep. Now the thing about blue light is they should be able to scan shiny, black, sometimes clear-ish objects because they don't deal with looking at reflected light. They measure how the laser lines go across the part itself. That means that overall, they get better accuracy than other scanner types in the same ballpark, but at this price point, there's really not a lot else going on here. Let's try it with a 5-degree tilt. I don't know what we're doing. We're not moving. All right, we're gonna turn down the exposure a little bit. Again, these are really difficult parts for a scanner like this. Okay, it did rotate. Lost tracking pretty much immediately. So I'm hoping that we can use the little tracking dots on it. The tracking dots are important because it helps the scanner understand where things are. If it can't easily see it, you have problems. Man, we lose tracking real quick. That doesn't bode well. Now, I was giving the software lots of love earlier, but this, not great. I'm gonna do a hand scan. I wanna see how I can do on this just by hand. Let's see how this goes by hand. Going great. Literally, I am barely moving. Yeah, it can't track anything. Okay, all right, you're done. Let's scan the part on my desk surface, because my desk surface is a little bit different. It doesn't have markers or anything like that. And see, I can pick this thing up nice and easy. In fact, I'm picking it up really well. Boy, you gotta be closer than I would think to make this work. Start from the top. Yeah, not great. We're gonna try dual axis turntable one last time. We're gonna go get a little bit of the A sub. We're gonna spray this part down, and we're gonna see how she gets. Let me go get the spray. All right, I got my scanning spray, and I got two different ones. This is A sub blue. A sub blue is a sublimatable spray. So you spray it on, after a little bit of time, it basically sublimates away. This is a 4-hour spray. So after 4 hours or so, it's gonna sublimate. And I've got this stuff in from @Blime. We talked with them when we were looking at other scanning spray options out there on the market, and they sent us some to take a look at. I'm told theirs is a lot less pungent, so we're gonna go with the A-Sub. We will be doing an upcoming video comparing @Blime, A-Sub, dry shampoo. I've even been told that foot powder spray works pretty well, but for now... Oh, yep. Woo! Don't breathe that.
Don't breathe it.
Now that we got it coated, you should be able to see it is not black anymore. And that should make it a lot easier for us to scan. Yeah, it likes that a lot better. And that's why scanning spray exists. I'm gonna do it like this, it's fine. But we can turn this way down. Because now, of course, we've got a part that it can easily see. Wow. With the A-Sub, I was at an 8, now I'm at a 2. And the cool thing is, after the course of a few hours, this just disappears. Let's scan it now and see how it runs. Let's go ahead and get this thing scanned. Yeah, when you coat it, it looks so much better. Scan is looking really good, even though I've clearly missed part of it. That's okay. Wonder if I can do this while it's scanning. Didn't seem to mind it. Don't do that. So far, this piece is looking great. And what we're doing is we're making sure that we can get into all the cracks and crevices. So while this is a blue light scanner, it is certainly not as good as some of the other blue light scanners on the market. But I feel like if you were expecting it to be, you're at the wrong channel. We all kind of knew it wasn't going to be anywhere near as good. We just kind of accepted it. Can you do this? No, you will lose tracking. Okay, it does not like the -15. I'm gonna let it go. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna let this go. Damn it. We are going to turn off the -15. I think we can get away with the -5. It should be fine. Not too worried about it. All right, let's go ahead. And now we're getting beautiful scan data. Again, this is a $1,000 scanner. Now, is it good as some of the other $1,000 scanners I have? For small parts, maybe, but for other things, no, it absolutely isn't. But that's the thing. I was hoping that this was going to be great for black or dark objects, you know, stuff like this. But clearly, it needs a little bit more assistance than that. That's okay. Scanning sprays, that's a little expensive, actually. It's about $40 a can. Ooh. Okay. So let's fuse this point cloud and take a look at it and see what it looks like. Right at the end, it got a little interesting. But overall, it's not a perfect blue light. But for the price, do you care? I personally don't. I'm gonna use this, gonna learn it. Was it worth it to me? Yeah, at the Kickstarter price, it absolutely was. Would I pay $1,000 for this? With the software the way that it currently is, no. But that's the problem with, well, being spoiled with RTech scanners. I am used to having phenomenal scanning software with good quality scanners as well. They just work. And with something like this, you're not paying for it to be perfect. You're paying to, well, learn with it. I will say a couple of things. This tripod, not tall enough. I would want this to be at least that much bigger, but I've heard that a few times in my life. I think it's a good scanner just from looking at it initially. I don't like that you do need scanning spray for it because pretty much why you're supposed to use a blue light scanner on dark stuff is so you don't need the damn scan spray. Because I can scan it with the EVA now. And you can see it is slowly starting to evaporate away. A-Sub Blue takes about 4 hours. This stuff is like 1 hour. One thing I will note, if @Blime is listening, your labels are sticky and I don't know why. I do like they provide you with a secondary tip though. It's nice. Let's see what we're working with here. Not the best. I kind of expected more, but let's mesh it. Let's see what she looks like in a mesh. I will give it credit. Honestly, it looks pretty darn good. It is missing some things, but that will be for RevoPoint Studio that we're going to look at in a separate video. But I did kind of expect better. 20 micron accuracy is not a lot, but I don't think I'm allowed to complain at sub $1,000. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. When you look at 3D scanners, $1,000 is nothing for a 3D scanner. And if you guys do like affordable 3D scanning content, let me know. I've got another one that I've been messing around with, but currently it cannot run well on my laptop. And you know what, before we wrap up the video, I do want to try a part like this. This is a very simple part, something that is very, very easy to 3D scan and does not really require a ton of work. This part, on the other hand, will require a lot of work. I'm gonna do the harder side first, just because I'm a mean person. More blue tack. When in doubt, more blue tack. All right, let's try that out. We gotta spray this again because I'm not gonna be able to see it otherwise. All right, I'm gonna keep this a little bit away. I think that ought to be okay. Let's get this thing scanned in. Actually, it's doing okay. Okay, scan's done. Let's take a look at the point cloud. Yeah, it definitely lost tracking there for a bit, but I'll be curious to see if it can figure that out. Again, I'm not expecting this to be a $20,000 scanner. I'm expecting it to be a $1,000 scanner. So my expectations are quelled a little bit. But if you are looking to spend $1,000 on this, I recommend looking at 3D scanning services in your area. And I guess this is where I should pitch my own, because we do have 3D scanners that can do parts like this for pretty easy and a relatively low cost. So if you are in the Tampa Bay area or are willing to send your parts to us or fly us out to you, we can utilize all of our scanners to help you get your ideas made digital. This particular stuff is a bit of a difficult case. These are large parts, they're dark, it's gonna be a fun time, but that's the way it goes sometimes. That's what 3D scanning is all about. And if you do wanna hire us, links will be in that description down below where you can reach out to the team and get some parts scanned, because we do like doing it. It's fun to make videos about it as well. But this is gonna keep processing. I don't want this video to go too long because this is really just kind of a first look at it. I'm gonna be playing around more with this RevoPoint Mini. Let me know what you guys think of it down in those comments below. Do you have one? What are your experiences? But stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one. I can taste the A sub in the air. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and a massive thank you goes out to all of our Patreon and YouTube channel member supporters whose names are listed right next to me at the $5 tier and higher. Remember, if you want to help support the channel, links will be in that description down below. Right below me will be my unboxing of our Artec Eva and Artec Ray, the most expensive unboxing that I've ever done to date. And right next to that will be our trip to the East Coast Rep Rap Festival. If you missed it, it's a lot of fun content where we interview some of your favorite 3D printing companies. I'll see you all down in those comments and in the next one. Take care.